Good morning and welcome to Marysville High School's M6 Communication Arts Studio. I'm Nicole Will and my broadcast partner is Morgan Curtis. We have a special guest for you today, Chef Jet Tila.
Chef Tila is a master chef and has appeared on many television and cooking shows as both a contestant and a judge. He also appeared on various talk shows for sharing his love for the kitchen. Welcome, Chef Tila.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Wow, super impressed by this setup. I mean, multicam, you guys are teleprompt, IFBs, that's amazing. Thanks for having me. What's going on?
Today you're showing us one of your recipes?
That's correct. Something really simple. It's called a broccoli salad or a honey broccoli salad. You guys eat your broccoli?
Yes, I do.
Eat your veggies? Come on, we're gonna change it up. A few things to remember, right? When cooking Asian food, it's simply 5 flavors, okay? Hot, sour, salty, sweet, savory. Can you remember that?
Yes.
Go.
Hot, salty, savory, and sweet.
And add sour,
Sour.
and we're good. No, perfect. So again, it's like kind of if you play music and you play chords from notes, or if you paint, it's about kind of blending flavors. So I'm going to pour the ingredient in, and you'll tell me what flavor it is. All right. So let's make our dressing, shall we? Soy sauce is an easy one, right? What flavor is soy sauce? What is it?
I don't like soy sauce.
You don't like soy sauce?
I feel like it's a little bland almost.
It's bland. Put your finger in there. Taste that really quick. Come on. It's okay. It's not going to cross-contaminate. Soy sauce. What flavor is soy sauce?
Sour.
Salty.
There you go.
Salty?
It's salty, but it's not just salty. It's also savory, believe it or not. And all that savory means is like the flavor that meat imparts on food. Does that make sense? All right, now we'll make you happy. You'll like this one. How about honey? Do you like honey?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So honey is what flavor?
Sweet.
Very good. Now, are there other kinds of sweet as well? Is it just honey is sweet? What else is sweet? Real simple. Think
Candy.
super simple.
Sugar.
Candy. What do they put in candy to make it sweet?
Sugar.
Sugar, exactly. So honey is a natural sugar, right? Bees take in, remember that stuff they take in? It's a test.
Pollen.
They take in nectar and they convert it to honey. Very good, exactly. A little bit of oil, just a little bit to kind of make a dressing, right? And then rice vinegar. Vinegar is what flavor? What flavor is vinegar, y'all?
Sour.
Sour, very good. So look, I've just made a dressing by combining all these different flavors. All right, I'm gonna ask you to taste this. You guys wanna taste the dressing? You can taste it right off. I'll pour it in first, so there's no, what we call cross-contamination. And then what you can do is just kind of taste what's left in the bowl. And I'm gonna mix that up. So go ahead, taste that. I think I'm gonna convert you to liking what you think you don't like. How's it going out there? There's no like live comments or anything like that, but I think I'll be seeing some of you soon at different schools. How is that?
It's good. I like it.
It tastes like
honey and then
Yeah, and like salty and a little savory and a little, so that's the idea, is about taking like different flavors and then blending them all together. And now, will you take a bite of broccoli? But wait, you can't serve it without garnish. You know what garnish is?
Yeah.
What's garnish?
It's like the decoration, basically.
Yeah, very good. Excellent, very good. All right, so a little garnish, and since there's sesame oil, put sesame seeds. So whenever you watch me like judge on like Chopped or Cutthroat Kitchen or any of these shows, garnish has to make sense. It has to be relevant garnish. Does that make sense? So there you go. How about a little? You can just it's just us. So don't worry.
So
go for it.
How did you start in the kitchen? Like how?
Yeah. How did I get my start? Real simple. My family came from Thailand, right? And we started the first Thai restaurants in the country ever. So in 1966, they came over. In 1972, we started markets. And then, you ever go to an Asian restaurant and you see the little kid doing their homework on the banquette? You will one day. That was me. So I literally grew up in the business. And as I got older, I went to French culinary school. Then I went to Japanese cooking school. And I've worked all around the world. I know, here, this is how you hide it on TV. Here, dump that there.
Oh,
okay. All right, there you go.
I was listening.
Yeah, so that's how I got my start. So since I was a kid, I was cooking, and then I worked all over the world in very, very different places, from hotel casinos to Google to to even private chefing. I've even private chef for billionaires. So lots of fun stories. Yeah.
Is there like a particular person that's really inspired you?
That's a great question. I think my first culinary inspiration was my grandmother. Like, so when I was a kid, she cooked every single meal every day, right?
That's awesome.
And I was a little kid, and she was a little grandma. So I would stand on the little stool next to her. After we'd get up in the morning, we kind of, she was my caregiver. Does that make sense? So from like preschool age. We'd get on the bus, we'd go to Chinatown, we'd buy all our ingredients, we'd come home and we'd make dinner for the whole family. Do you see that little short bow that was attached to The Incredibles? Did you watch Incredibles? If you've watched The Incredibles, there's this little short, this little animated short, and that was me as a kid. I hung out with my grandma for hundreds and probably thousands of meals. So that was my first culinary inspiration.
So, like, you make dishes like this that has a lot of unique things and, like, has different ingredients. So,
Yeah.
for people that are picky, what do you say for that?
You know, I think for people that are picky, I think people are picky for specific reasons. Number one, you've had a bad first experience with whatever food. Does that make sense? Oh, I hate broccoli. Well, it's probably because no one made it the right way for you the first time. So I'm all about kind of, disarming, demystifying food. Like, people might think certain foods are like, oh, they're scary, but it's because you've never had them. So, I like to kind of tell stories about food, kind of make it sound fun, and then once they taste them, they go, wow, it's really not so bad. Because your taste buds change as you get older. Did you know that? From from preschool, from toddlerhood to middle school, you start to like different things. Right? Because your taste buds literally change. And you need to continually expose yourself to different foods at different ages. I hated olives until I was like 20, right? And I hated tomatoes until I had a vine-ripened tomato. Do you not like tomatoes?
I don't like tomatoes.
It's a common thing. My daughter wanted, but if I took you to like a farm and we picked a tomato off the vine that was ripe, and then not just like made you eat it, we like seasoned it with a little olive oil and salt and pepper, you'd be like, wow, this is pretty good. You know what I mean? Do you eat tomato sauce in pasta?
Yeah, like, it's so weird, because, like, I eat tomato sauce, I eat ketchup, like, I eat everything for tomatoes except for, like,
because
extra tomatoes.
you like those tomatoes in the forms where they're seasoned. Does that make sense? And they have some character. And most tomatoes you eat out of the market are factory grown in these farms, and they're picked when they're not ripe, and they're brought to the store just because they look good. So I think we could get everyone to eat tomatoes if they were vine ripened and they were delicious.
Speaking of fresh tomatoes, have you ever gone to like local farmers markets to get your ingredients?
All the time. So I live in Los Angeles, and we were really lucky. It's basically 70 degrees to like 90 degrees all year long. Right, I mean, it's really more like 60 to 100, but literally it's 40 degrees, right? So what's the coldest it gets here?
Probably like 2 degrees, maybe even in the
Maybe
negatives.
even like negatives,
less,
right?
like
And then what's the
north.
warmest it gets here?
Probably like 90. I think it got like 90 something.
So what's
in the
that
summer.
variance? I mean, math. You see how we weave school into this? I mean, you guys will swing 100 degrees in a year. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
So how do the farms keep up with that? We swing 40 degrees, so we have this amazingly long growing season. So we have a all year long farmers market,
That's so cool.
like all year long.
I love farmers
Like
markets.
in
Me
December
too.
and January, it's going to be like 60 and 70 degrees certain days. I know, it's crazy. So I need to spend a winter here, don't I? Because I've never shoveled snow, ever.
Actually, never have I.
Oh, okay. But
I
have your parents do it?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never even been in snow for longer than a week, so.
That's
I know.
crazy.
I know, it's crazy. I'm
Sounds
really impressed,
fun,
by the
though.
way. So I do a lot of television, right? Part of my life now. And what you guys have, this studio is phenomenal. And
Thank you.
do they know that someone's talking in your ear and you're trying to play to the camera, read your teleprompter, talk to your talent, and kind of be talked to by your director, who's really mean, by the way. No, I'm kidding. That guy's really nice. Yeah. Anyway, so very impressed. I'm super impressed. This is what I do, and I didn't start doing what you do until I was in my 30s. My first TV show, actually, my first regular show I was probably 36.
Oh, wow.
I know I'm old, man.
We had a common question that said, if you were just at home on a Friday night,
Yep.
what meals would you prepare?
That's awesome. I would raid my fridge because my life is just like Chopped. It's a mystery basket every day. I have little kids, so there's always pasta. There's always a protein. There's always gonna be a bunch of vegetables and fruit. So I'll tell you, last night I taught my kids how to make mac and cheese, but from scratch. From
love
scratch.
mac.
Do you love mac and cheese?
I'm lactose intolerant, but mac and cheese is my
but we
favorite
can-
food.
There are like vegan cheeses now.
Yeah.
There's milk that has no lactose in it.
Yeah, I
You
drink
have that.
lactose-free milk.
Yeah, so I bet
Even though there's still lactose in it.
you still go for it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there is still lactose in it.
It's like 1% lactose or something.
Does it affect you?
Not as
little
much
bit?
as it would if it was
Okay.
regular milk.
I got you.
Yeah.
What else do we make? So I fish a lot. So I just went fishing a few weeks ago. So we caught some tuna and yellowtail. So we'll make like teriyaki fish. What else do we make this week? This is this week alone. We made a green chili. So there's certain chilies called hatch chilies right now from New Mexico. So we just made hatch chili stew. So that's just 1 week, right? So so we cook a lot because I think it's important to expose our kids to food, to cooking immediately. So
Yeah.
they watch us cook at least 7-8 times a week, right?
Yeah.
Between breakfast and dinner. So yeah, so we cook all the time. So do you enjoy this? Do you enjoy doing television?
Yeah.
I
For
mean,
the most part.
Yeah, it's like new because I'm only a sophomore. So
Yeah.
I had like last year and then this year, but I do like this area.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm really impressed. It was great to be here. Looking forward to visiting some of you guys today at some of the elementary schools. Yeah, I'm at Jet Tila on any of the social platforms. So camera people, tech people, big ups. Super impressed by what you guys do here.
Well, we appreciate Chef Tila for taking time to show us delicious and easy dishes. We also thank him for sharing more about his career and his passion for everything food. Chef Tila will be traveling to each of our elementary schools this afternoon to meet with each of you. For M6 Television, we're Nicole Will.
And Morgan Curtis. Thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for having me. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Have a great day.